A Unit 2 consumer alert tonight. They're popping up everywhere, but how do you know the medical spa you're going to is safe? I'm Dave Young with that story coming up.
Colorado's only source for 20 minutes of nonstop news. This is News 2 at 9.
More and more of us are going for the convenience of that one-stop shopping these days to get cosmetic treatments in the so-called medical spas. Because there are so many popping up, Colorado recently tightened the rules for these spas. In tonight's Unit 2 Consumer Alert, Dave Young showing us some of the hidden dangers.
Well, first we should say there are some very safe medical spas that usually have medical personnel on staff. Others, however, require minimal training for very dangerous procedures.
In less than 10 years, medical spas have popped up just about everywhere, roughly 3,000 across the country, offering everything from massages and manicures to Botox and laser skin treatments.
She had completely burnt them, had first to second degree burns.
Jennifer thought she was getting laser hair removal from a reputable clinic.
I looked at my legs right away and asked her if it was okay, and she said, "Oh, you'll be fine in 3 to 4 days."
And this is what she ended up with, severe burns over most of her legs.
And in a couple of these, you can see where it's starting to flake off, and you have these little white spots underneath. That's the long-term problem.
Dave Verebelyi is a medical doctor with his own multi-service clinic, now caring for Jennifer, who will need treatment for months.
What we have now is laser companies selling to whomever will buy a laser.
He says the proliferation of spas and clinics staffed with improperly trained people leaves patients like Jennifer vulnerable.
Somebody that's had a single day of training, that's not somebody you want working on you.
It was painful. I mean, pants rubbing on my legs hurt really bad.
Each state has its own regulations. Colorado's were recently tightened.
Because of the number of complaints and concerns being driven by the fact that the technology is changing and the storefront nature of some of the spas and salons.
Chris Line says spas are overseen by Colorado's Department of Regulatory Agencies.
The physician has to have a relationship where they are going to the facility, inspecting, making sure that the designee is up on all their knowledge.
And a doctor has to be within a 30-minute drive of a facility, but Verebelyi says it's not enough.
Because it doesn't matter what the procedure is, you can have side effects. You want to make sure there's an expert on site that's going to get you the best result possible if one of those things does happen.
He says as simple as it sounds, do your homework, check the staff credentials and training, and don't go someplace just because it's the cheapest.
I'm very glad I didn't have it done right before my wedding, because that would have been horrible.
And again, find out if a doctor or trained medical personnel is directly involved in the spa before undergoing treatment. And don't settle on a place just because it's a few dollars cheaper. Dave Young, News 2.
Thank you, Dave. It's a good idea with any treatment to ask to see pictures of previous clients and to ask about the person's credentials and as well experience. To learn more about how to protect yourself at those spas, go to our website, kwgn.com/Unit 2.